squared away. Now we're going to talk about your email marketing system. Now, what you're going to learn is pretty interesting right now because of the ability to click a button and send a message to tens of thousands of people on the click of a button, right? That's number one. And number two, we're going to learn how to send email in an automated fashion without having you, it's literally running in the background without your influence whatsoever. This is called email automation. And the cool thing is MailChimp is free. It's a free platform that you use to basically run your email marketing in your business. Now, email marketing from a seller side and from a buyer side is absolutely 100% critical, okay? Our email marketing is one of our number one sources to selling our properties in lightning speed. You have to have a program like MailChimp. There's several other programs that cost more money than this to use to send out mass amounts of email. Now, they allow you up to 2,000 contacts for free, and then it's fairly cheap after that. But 2,000 contacts, you get 2,000 buyers going through here, you know, maybe 1,500 buyers and 500 sellers going through here. You're going to be making some really good money in your business. I know people that have 200, 300, 400 buyers that send a property out and their phone rings off the hook on selling a property and they sell it in a matter of minutes. So let's get into MailChimp email automation, one of the most important aspects of your business. So let's get into it right now. So if you're not familiar with MailChimp, MailChimp is a email system that allows you to blast emails at one click, send a message to hundreds and hundreds of people, and also it's a great tool for email automation. So you can sign up. If you go over here to pricing, you'll see it's free forever, right? And then it goes start growing business, $10 a month. And if you have a ton of people in there, but you won't even need to get to this right here. So if you go to the free one right here, you'll see 2,000 subscribers that you can have in here for email automation, sign-up forms, and that's what we're going to do right now. Okay. Interestingly enough, before I learned about MailChimp, I'm using a system that basically is for my real estate business and for my Flip to Freedom information business. Okay. And it costs over $1,000 a month to be able to run it. So because we have lots and lots, we have over 100,000 emails in that, and it's there. So I don't use it because MailChimp when I first started wasn't available. GetResponse was, but I do not recommend it. I recommend using MailChimp getting started because it's for free. 2,000 contacts, it works phenomenal, and I don't want to have a new person in a business have to worry about paying $1,000 a month for an email automation system, and I don't think that'd be right for me to tell you to get started in that. So this is MailChimp. MailChimp is a great resource. Okay, so once you create your account, right? Once you create your account, so this is a new account I basically set up for the example. To show you guys how to work MailChimp and basically get it set up. So first off, on an account setup, right here, we basically can set up an account, right? And it has up to 2,000 subscribers that you can have that set up. We have the settings in here, which is basically just all your information. Billing, obviously, you don't have to add a credit card; it's free. Extras, we will get the API key. So remember this right here. We will get that API key later, but that's about it. And they'll walk you through. It's very simple to walk through. Basically, set up your account. It takes less than 2 minutes. So now that we've done that, now that we've set up our account, and we understand the value of using something like MailChimp, what we want to do now is set up a list. Okay. Now, we want to set up a list for buyers and we want to set up a list for sellers. Two different lists we want to set up. Now what we do is we're going to create a list right here. And we go create a list. Okay, we're going to call the list name. Let's call it test. Default from name. Let's make Sean Terry. Default email address. I'm going to put Sean at Phoenix Wholesale Homes. From name Sean Terry. Right there. And it says write something. You are getting this email because you signed up. Because you signed up. There we go. Boom. Contact information. And what this will give you is actual notifications. If you want. SEAN@flip2freedom.com. Okay. So it can give you notification, give you a daily summary, one by one or one by one. So I would just do a daily summary on that and save. So there you go. There's the test list. So if I go back to my list right now, I can go, there's test, and here's that, and that's it. So I'm going to go to settings, and that's it, stats on there. So now, let's go into 1-800-FAIR-OFFER, right? Now, if we actually go into the list, so the first step is to set up our lists, okay? We want to set up 2 lists. We want to set up a buyer's list, and we want to set up a seller's list. After we set up a seller's list, then we want to go into our seller's list, and we want to go to sign up forms, okay? Now, what we're going to do is go to general form, and we're going to use this when connecting our website. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to create a sign-up form, and this sign-up form is going to be used in our website when we are marketing for motivated sellers, which we're going to get to in the next segment. All right, so general form is right here. We're going to select this, right? And we're going to set a general form setup. Now, I have this one all set up right here. I can edit that if I want. I'm going to call that 1-800. Oops. Save and close. There we go. 1-800-FAIR-OFFER. So here it is. So I've got email address. This is automatically here. And then you can go through and you can click on it, and it has name, right? Field information. Here, property address and property tag, right? And now this is important. Field tag, remember that field tag, because that is going to show up in our website when we are creating our form inside our website and asking price. So these are the 3 things we ask for. We want email, name, property address, and asking price. And that is the form that we want to have. Very simple. It's easy to do. And it basically it goes in there. So save field, you're done. It's all good. So this is what your form looks like, and you're good to go. Takes 2 seconds to set up. All you got to do is name it. We call it, asking price. If you click it over here, property is property. Click it over here, name is name. Email address, and this is auto populated to have the email address, because obviously you have to have that in an email system. So now that you have that is step 2, is basically setting up your form. And this form is what is going to connect to this particular list, and we're going to connect it with our website. Okay, so setting up the form. Now let's go to back to main page here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to create or we can go into campaigns. So we go into campaigns, and we see we have a 1-year auto response, seller follow-up right here. So how do we do that? So what this is, and this is like an example so you can see, that we have these emails that are set up in here, and we can add emails, and I'll show you how to add them, right? And we can add emails and add content in here. And what will happen is this is a autoresponder sequence that when a person enters or subscribes to the list, we're going to have emails that are going to send out. This one's going to send out immediately, right here. This one's going to send out after 3 days. This one's going to send out after 1 day, right? This one's going to send out after 1 day. So let's figure out how to do that. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to create a campaign, and it's going to say, what do you want to create? Let's go. We're going to create contacts. We're going to create an email, and see how it has automation here. We're going to create automation. We're going to name it. Let's call it 1-800-FAIR offer follow up. Begin. Let me see if we got. Create automated. Okay, so there we go. Welcome message. Select list. We don't want to do a fair offer. Begin. Okay. So essentially, what we want to call is automation, right? So now we can add our email. So I'm going to go design email right here. And we have our welcome message first. So if I go here, file, email autoresponder sequence. So here's our autoresponder sequence. Subject line: thank you for submitting our cash offer. Name your email. Boom. Subject line. Boom. Preview, we don't need that. From Sean, fifth grade, boom. And then we go over here. We go next. So now we're going to pick a template, right? So I just use the basic right here, basic template. Okay, so now I want to delete this. And we're going to copy this information, copy, and then we're going to drop it into here. It's going to open up over here, our editor. Boom. Now we want to make sure. Let's see, where's the information? Oops. There we go. So name, see this right here? We want to make sure that name is correct right here. So merge tags, we want to put name. So it's hey name. There we go. Thanks for requesting your cash offer. So sincerely, and I'm going to type in my name, Sean Terry. Phone number 480-333-3333. Terry. Your website 1-800-FAIR-offer.com. Right there, boom. Save and close. So now the email is prepared. It's done. Right, we can do that. And now we go into the next step. Save and continue at the bottom here. And that email is set. So now this is going to go. Now we want to make sure. Edit trigger. We want that to go out immediately when someone signs up. Update trigger. Boom. Now we're going to add an email. So this is email number 1. So as soon as someone signs up to your list, they're going to get this email. So you can add email number 2. So we go design email. Go back over here. Email 2. Subject line: save a fortune, headaches when selling with us. Boom. So we go back here. Email automation 2. Paste. Email paste. Review text. No. Next. Let's copy the body text. And you guys can modify this any way you want. Any typos you can change. So scroll down to here. Plain text. And click over here. Boom. Paste. Back over here. Let's see. Alright, so hey, first name. Make sure you put in merge tags, name, comma, right? And then you put your information right down here. So you've got name, Sean Terry, phone number. You can put, you guys get the idea. Okay, so now email 2, get rid of this, delete. delete, boom. Now, let's talk about the automation. Save and close. Stay, save and close. So now we go back to trigger, and we trigger that 3 days later. Update trigger. Okay. And then we can go back here. I'll make sure that we have in here for you guys the days. So we can put email 3. So this will say immediately. This will say 3 days later. This will say 3 days after that. And we want to hit them in the first month pretty regularly. And then we want to send them emails out every month or so, every couple months. So these are all the emails that you can use for your email autoresponder sequence. And that's how you set up the automation through this right here. You go next. Now this will make it go live. You got to make sure you make it go live, and it's going to say start workflow, start. Right, and you can start workflow right there. So I'm not going to start this right here. I'm going to exit workflow without starting. So those are now. Let's go back to campaign, and I go here's welcome message, and here's the campaign right here. I can delete that. Yes, delete. I have you make it. Delete. So now we have these set right here. Okay, so that is MailChimp. Remember, we're going to have to go back and get our API to basically set our website up inside of Podio. So this is MailChimp in the email automation.